Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about how you can reach your inflection point and at the same time how you can become self-sufficient in your UPSC or CAPF journey. Now, what is an inflection point? It is that point where you do not require an external motivation to achieve their goals. Now, there are certain challenges in your preparation that one must be facing issue in essay writing, one must be facing issue in prelims, one must be facing issue in interview. So, how you can basically overcome these issues? Now, I'll give you an analogy. Now, suppose a person who does not want to go to the gym, but he takes some external motivation. He took help from some mentor, some fitness trainer. Now, he keep on continuously showing to the gym for the next 30 days. Continuously, he hit the gym daily at the same time with the same intensity and with the same duration. But after 30 days, he become confident of going to the gym. The same thing happened with the student who faces some kind of problem while writing an answer. So in the next 30 days, what you can do is you can do at least 10 minutes of answer writing, 30 minutes of answer writing, same time with the same intensity, same duration. If you keep on doing all these activities for the next 30 days, that will become some sort of your habit and it will come very inherent to you. Now how you can reach your inflection point? I'll give you 10 points. The first point is being consistent and showing up every day. Now, you need to write at least 20 minutes a day and you keep on writing daily unless you have achieved some form of mastery in essay writing. Otherwise, you are back to square one. It is similar to 75 hard days.
राम सारे ने आज मेरा 75 आ रहा है 70 वाली पानी पी के फ्रेश होकर खाया मैंने ड्राई फ्रूट और सेब और मुस्कुराते हुए मैं लिख गया वर्कआउट का तो पहला करी 3 किलोमीटर रनिंग.
If you miss one particular day, you are back to the day one. Now, because the things you are learning is very hard, no doubt. These things, the essay writing, I think is not very easy and at the same time it is not hard, but it requires certain attention and time and effort from your side. So you need to develop some sort of memory, some sort of muscle memory, I would say, in your mind and your hand. So next 30 days would be crucial. If you keep on showing for the next 30 days and you write down daily for 20 minutes, I would say that problem, that inertia of not writing would be basically broken up and you will be in very comfortable position. Okay, the second point is you need a daily reminder of motivation. Now, personally, I'm against the motivation. I'm against the external motivation. But in the initial year of developing a one particular habit, you require some form of motivation. So why motivation? Because there are so much uncertainty about the CAPF exam, whether this exam would be merger with CSC or is there any kind of psychometric test or would there any decrease or increase in the vacancy in the following year or in the election year? Now, all these things would be keep on, I think, coming into your mind time and again. Now, this is the one side of the story. Now, other side of the story is you need a daily reminder of motivation that will drive you to work. It could be anything. It could be perks you will get at the CAPF. It could be facilities you are getting at the CAPF. It could be medical facility. It could be salary. It could be anything. It could be challenges. It could be throughout the country posting, right? So these perks, these things should be in your mind while preparing for this exam because these things will act like a motivation to you. I'm not saying please keep on thinking all these things throughout your journey, but in the initial few months, you need to keep on thinking because some sort of motivation you do required. Now, at the same time, you can do one thing that you can listen to your favorite armed forces officer, whoever you like. You can also listen to the podcast.
Your ego and your perceptions of yourself and all those things, they dissolve in the amount of energy which is expended or you are exposed to. It just shatters all choice. This is the choice you made. So you're hanging by the thread of choice, constantly there. Even if Yamraj comes and stands in front of you, you tell her, fucking put a bullet in you, man. Get the fuck out of my way.
You can also listen to your mentor. Wherever you are enrolled in any particular course, you can listen to that. You can remain in continuously touch with that mentor who can help you in the journey. Now, you can also have some family support. And at the same time, you can also think of this adventurous career you will get after getting into the armed forces. Now, the third thing is having humble beginning helps. Most of the candidates who are preparing for this exam comes from a very humble background. Now, many of the candidates which I have encountered, they comes from a lower middle class family or a middle class family. Now, why this thing? Being humble or coming from a very humble background will help you because the person, the candidate who comes from a very humble background will have a zeal, will the fire to achieve or to ace this exam. And the person who comes from a very affluent background, they will not have that particular zeal or that fire in their belly to achieve or to get selected in this exam. So I would say the person who has a humble background will do much better comparatively to person who has access to a lot of the resources, who are basically enrolled in a lot of the courses, but is not doing anything on the ground. Now, the fourth thing is take advice from social media wisely. I've seen people are following the social media influencer blindly. That is not a right strategy at all. You must know one thing, that whoever is teaching you at the social media platform, they are growing much more comparatively you guys are thinking. Growing in terms of intellectual, growing in terms of career, because they need to prepare that particular topic before dictating to the audience, and at the same time they need to take care of the questions, whichever question the audience will ask. So it will help the creator, it will help the tutor, it will help the mentor to grow more as compared to a student. So it is always the more benefit will go to the influencer. Now, talking about me, that I teach essay writing, I teach paper 2 for CAPF. Now, I have learned a lot in the last 3 years of teaching in CAPF, and you would not possibly even imagine that what I have learned in last 3 years, because I need to answer a lot of questions. Now, your journey is your journey, and you have to build your own path, because every candidate is unique and every candidate's journey is different, because every candidate's challenges would be different and every candidate need to cater those challenges in their own style. Now, I'm not saying don't follow social media influencers. You can follow those influencers for the motivation that he has reached there, that many of the selected candidates keep on posting their videos, photos on the social media, but it will not help you in learning anything. But it will basically motivate you to reach that academy, to reach there. So do not follow these influencers blindly. Do not take their advice in a blind fashion. Take their advice in a nuanced fashion. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you should not follow these influencers. I would say you should follow these influencers just for a motivation, right? You can think that this particular person has reached to that place. I also can reach to that place. So take these people just as a motivation. Do not blindly follow their strategy, right? Do not blindly follow their strategy. You should take care of your challenges also. Second thing you can do is watching the actionable videos. Now, what are actionable videos? That following some sort of tutorial and some sort of videos where the tutor is teaching. You can see a lot of videos of mine where I have told about how you can do the basic answer writing and the essay writing, and keep social media screen time less than 330 minutes a day, because it is very toxic at the end. So be careful how much time you will spend on the social media. Now, then the fifth thing is do small things, but do them consistently. Now, if you want to study geography, if you want to study polity, if you want to study economy, and if you want to cover the paper 2 all together at the same time, it will basically bring chaos in your mind and you will feel burnout. So I would say take baby steps, take small steps, focus on one thing, focus on one area at a time, 2 area maximum at a time, and finish those area, and then only move to different areas. So at the same time, I also seen I also got a lot of inquiries about the people who are currently enrolled in my batches. They say that, sir, there is an graduation exam lined up in the next month, and there is a practical of graduation exam, and there is a 60% mandatory attention is required in college. So what I'll do in certain situation, I need to complete paper 1, I need to complete paper 2. So in this scenario, I would say, please try to focus the next 1 month or in graduation and give the exam. And after that, writing those exams, you can completely switch on your CAPF journey. Okay. So the 6th point is don't try out everything. Now, there is a tendency that people are writing CDS also, people are writing FCAT also, people are writing APF also, people are writing state services also, people are writing civil service also, and also the CAPF. Now, in this situation, I would say, please focus on one particular exam initially, because there is a cutthroat competition, and there are person who is dedicatedly preparing for a CAPF only, and I think the chances of getting selection of that person is more comparatively to that person who is basically diverting his energy on various exams, suppose on CDS, suppose on FCAT, suppose on civil service or state services. The chances of getting selected that person is low comparatively to the person who is basically focusing on one particular exam. तो इसमें बोलूंगा कि कुएं का मेंढक ही आपको कुछ दिन के लिए बनना पड़ेगा. if you want to prepare, if you want to achieve more in the CAPF exam, next 3-4 months, 5 months, you need to give definitely to the CAPF exam. So you cannot jump ship to ship, you cannot change ship. Again you are in the ship of civil service exam, again you are ship in the ship of CDS, in the ship of FCAT. No, you cannot do this. Define your ship, sail through it. Ultimately जो होगा, या तो नाव डूबेगी या पार हो जाएगी, वो आपका डिसीजन होगा. बट ये डिलेमा नहीं रहनी चाहिए माइंड के अंदर कि किसको प्रिपेयर करना, कब प्रिपेयर करना. बिकॉज आई हैव सीन पीपल, दे हैव स्पेंड 4 years just in this. They could not take a decision. क्या मुझे CA पे प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, क्या मुझे CDS प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, या मुझे सिविल सर्विस प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए. Take that decision. There should be no dilemma in your mind. Okay. Now the seventh thing is, being an armed forces officer is not for everyone. Now, if 100 people are preparing, 5% would be selected. Out of 100, only 5% would be selected. Now, what happened to the 95% people? Most of them would leave that preparation in the next 2-3 months. Most of them would not give the exam only. Most of them will give the exam but half-hearted efforts. Most of them would leave that exam after first attempt. So I would say, if you have invested 6th to 7th month in the CAPF exam and you are not getting any kind of benefit, and you are not comfortable even that you will score good marks in the upcoming CAPF exam, now it is the time you should back out from this exam and focus on other things, because there are so many opportunities in this world. The CAPF exam is not meant for you. Now, because I'm saying this because people are giving attempt on attempt, year on year, they are giving their golden years just in this preparation journey. So I would say, if you want to contribute, if you want to invest time, invest and do not face any kind of dilemma. Now, next, 8th point would be, network and peer group matters a lot. Because suppose if you get in interaction with a person who is some sort of negative person, and always you see him ranting all the way. Now, if you are interacting with that person will influence, that person will decrease your performance. It will take away the peace from your life. So I would advise you, please stay away from those people. Get in contact with the like-minded people who are doing really good in their life, who can guide you, who can teach you. And at the same time, you can contact with one of your friend that who is good in any kind of subject. Maybe that your friend would be good in polity, your friend would be good in geography, and you are good in history. So you can give and take. You can teach him history. You should learn geography from them. Now, in that exchange of information, what will happen? Your subject would be more, you would say, stronger, and his subject would be more stronger, and there would be healthy discussion also, rather than scrolling on the social media. Okay. Now, 9th point would be, understand tutorial help. Most of the time I've seen people, they are just watching the videos, especially in paper 2, because they are just watching the current affairs video, they're just watching their tutor, their mentor, and they are not doing anything on the ground. But what matters basically is your performance, your actual performance, how you are able to write that particular essay in the next 15 or 17 minutes. That is important. That is the objective you should have in your mind. 17 minutes के अंदर कितना अच्छा ऐसे आप लिख सकते हो, पूरा पेपर कंप्लीट कर सकते हो 3 घंटे के अंदर. दैट शुड बी योर ऑब्जेक्टिव, नॉट द ऑब्जेक्टिव जस्ट लिसनिंग और वाचिंग टू योर मेंटर. दैट शुड नॉट बी द ऑब्जेक्टिव. हम जो क्लासेस में डिस्कस करते हैं उसके अंदर हम वी ट्राई टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग, वी ट्राई टू डू ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग ऑफ द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन ऑफ CAPF, सिविल सर्विस एंड CSF LDC एंड इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस. इन सभी के हम प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन करने की कोशिश करते हैं, एंड आई थिंक दैट इज मोर देन एनफ फॉर दिस एग्जाम. The last thing is, journey is more beautiful than the destination. Destination itself, if you feel, is uncertain. You can take benefit of some sort of motivation or external motivation, like that after getting into the services, you will buy a car, you will buy a house, you will buy a luxury bike or whatever. Now, and you will also fulfill this responsibility of the family, financial responsibility. But do not over dependent on the destination. If that is your ultimate goal, to earn some money and help your family in fulfilling the financial responsibility, you can also look at for other opportunities also. But what I will recommend you, do not get too much attached to the goal. What you can do is, you should focus on the next day objective. You should have a concrete path, you should have a concrete schedule, that in the next 30 days I will be achieving this, in the next 15 days I will be achieving this, in the next week, month, or whatever days I'll be achieving this. This should be your roadmap. So this is all. These are the 10 things which would be helpful in hitting your inflection point or help you to become self-sufficient in your UPSC and the CAPF journey. Thank you.